My name's Brian Johnson of AC/DC. And tonight's programme is about one of rock music's most iconic figures. My predecessor in the band, the late, great Bon Scott. There's a lot being written about the colourful life and the tragic death of Bon. And tonight, we're going to hear from Bon's family for the first time in 40 years, and others who haven't spoken publicly in decades. Tonight, this is his Australian story.
He seemed to be much happier in his new role, where he was the man. There is no question that Bon wanted to be a rock star and go as far as he could possibly go. He lived for it. He lived for it.
First prize, $2,000 in cash. A return trip to Los Angeles by P&O. From Adelaide, Fraternity. All the very best.
We did it for Adelaide too. We really did it for you. Thank you.
The band was really interested in going to America, but Bon's past had caught up with him, and now his misdemeanors and his marijuana possession from the Valentines prevented him from getting a green card. So it was decided that the band would go to England.
Towards the end of '71, Bon met Irene, and she sort of moved in. The management decided that only wives would get a free trip to England, girlfriends had to pay. 4 months later, they were married.
The band and their entourage ended up moving to England. There was 17 people, including the roadies, and they were hoping that they would be the next big thing in England.
London was a disaster, I think, for the band. They found it very hard to get work.
It felt very quickly to me, it felt like we were the wrong band at the wrong time.
We went to England and we got a house, like 20 people in one house, a 3-bedroom house, and we played gigs that cost us twice as much money to play as it did to get paid for them, you know. It wasn't a waste of time because I learned so much there, you know, but it was a, you know, bashing your head against a brick wall type thing.
Bon's performance style at that time was, well, basically was, there was no style. He would just stand there and sometimes with his head down.
He stuck to the microphone stand like a security blanket, and he didn't use the stage. And I'd say, you know, you got to reach the audience at the back of the room rather than sort of just the people that are down the front. And we'd talk about how to use television, you know, look down, straight down the barrel, follow the camera.
Bon was like a sponge, and he was learning and taking and grabbing, you know, bits to make his craft better. And Fraternity was where Bon learnt to sing, was where Bon learnt to be a front man. I think it was a really great place for him to launch out of.
We worked with Brian Johnson's band in England, 2 shows, and Bon and I were standing at the back of the hall, and he said to me, he said, "This guy's really good, you know, a good singer." Bon and Brian sort of like struck up a little bit of a friendship over the 2 days.
There was drink involved, and we were just got on famously with what brand new friends who were musicians from Australia, and we'd never been there. We wanted to hear all about it.